Well, hello, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the month of May. So, this is the week of May 18th, and I've got everything all lined up here for this month. Have a family birthday here on the 20th, an appointment, a meeting with my art association, and that is pretty much everything that's on the calendar for this week. As you know, I love my calendar, my monthly calendar that I get from Sterling Inc., and those are free. You can go on their website and sign up to receive their monthly calendars for download. And we are still, May is still mental health awareness. So I do have some things that I want to share with you, kind of piggybacking on what we talked about in my last video. But some of the things that we can do to stay and remain healthy is drinking, more water, increasing the amount of water in our day, making sure that we are taking our routine meds, and if we have any vitamins that we want to add to that routine, eating healthy, making healthy food choices, exercising at least 3 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes, and some say just even 10 minutes will do. Getting enough sleep. And I don't know if you have a smartwatch, but it will track the number of hours that you're sleeping, and it will even tell you if you had a good night's sleep. Having a healthy mindset, smiling and being kind, having an attitude of gratitude. And so those are some things that we can do for our own health and mental health, physical health. Those are some things that we can do. So that is this week's layout, and that's really pretty much everything. And these are all elements that I have used previously, so I just kind of went into my stash and looked and found some things that I hadn't used in a while. These are some of the letterings that I did in Photoshop, and I thought I would just use those to kind of pretty up my weekly spread. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go over to, if I can get to that page, go over here and look at, let's see, where is that page? Here we go. So, self-care and mental health. So this is from last week. We talked about these 12 items. Again, a good night's sleep, making a date with yourself, taking care of yourself. Self-care is so important. So I won't go through all of these because I did talk about them in the last video. So let's go to the next page here and see if we can pull that page up. So I'm going to send this page back and pull up. Is it there? Well, let's put this over here. So we'll just do a continuation. So those are there, and we'll do a side by side because it wouldn't go to the back. So reset your best. Oh, rest your best. Okay. And then, so limit electronics. Today's society, we don't do much without our cell phone. So making time to just put it aside, do an act of service. And I know our church does some things with that. So volunteer at a school or food bank and take a 10-minute walk outside. And that could be your exercise. Practice gratitude. Look at the things that are going on in your life. Of course, we could say that things could always be better, but on the other hand, they could be worse as well. Snack on walnuts, those are good. Almonds are also a good source as well. Show compassion for yourself, and sometimes that can be difficult as well. Know the things that you've done well and focus on those. Then Don't be afraid to ask for help. Check in with yourself. This is something sometimes we get self-conscious if we don't want to dance. And then color your world. Be creative. Look at some things that you can do. Invest in adult coloring books. And those have been popular for a while. And don't be afraid to say no. I did a study one time, and the author said, "Your best yes is no." We can't do everything for everybody all the time. And so look at your calendar, look at your commitments, and see where you can limit. And it's, you know, the word no is a complete sentence. So don't be afraid to use it. And then it says spice it up. And this is the last one we're going to talk about for today. And it could be, it says fight inflammation and possibly in depression with spices like turmeric. And I have read that before. Ginger is another good one. Garlic is good for your blood pressure, and black pepper. So those are some things that you can add to your diet, and just add one new spice. Maybe just add one of these to your diet. Um, and turmeric is good with eggs. Um, Garlic, I have added that to some of my one meal dishes, and that can really give it food a different flavor. So I hope you put some of these into practice, and I hope that you will focus on not only self-care, physical care, but also your mental health care. So look at some of these strategies, take note of them, take a screenshot of them, and add them to your daily routine. So be well, be kind, and take good care of yourself. So until next time, ciao for now. Bye bye.